ladies. It's a very special Tuesday. I'm Megan.
And it's Danny.
And I'm Greta.
Yay! We have Greta with us. And we have Greta because she's going to tell us all of her favorite books. If you haven't already heard, Greta's retiring at the end of this year. So we're trying to get her for everything we can. We're wanting to know all about her favorite books. We're going to have her retirement parade on the 30th at 11, so make sure you check social media for more info about that. But yeah, today we get to hear all of Greta's favorite books.
Okay, well, let's get started. Most of the books that you see displayed are part of a series. I'm one that doesn't read them in order. I just am not that disciplined, but I'm fine with keeping up. Some people like to read them in orders. Let's start from my left to your right. First of all, I want to talk about Janet Ivanovich. She has several series, but this is the Stephanie Plum series, 13 books in that series. And it's about a bounty hunter named Stephanie Plum. Oh, she is so zingy. She's so crazy. and it just kind of tells about her little exploits on her bounty hunting trials.
Huh.
So you love it. It's one of those ones that you want to read when you want to laugh.
Okay.
So I think they did make a movie off of her. I do prefer books to movies. I will tell you that for now because the books are more detailed.
Oh, that's the one that has the numbers in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have numbers in it and they have it on the title.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my next, Lee Chao does a Jack Reacher series. Oh, I love him. There's 19.2 because there's a couple of books that are like small. They didn't make a full novel out of them.
Stories. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering how it was 19.2.
But the reason why I love him, I have this thing for ex-military men anyway. And so he's an ex-military guy and he just has his own sense of justice. Mm-hmm. And this is his exploits because he doesn't have a fixed home. He's a wanderer. I guess that would be the best way you describe him. And so it's talking about all the different stories, and he's a helper. He looks out for the little guy.
And the movie is her favorite.
Well, to a certain point. I would have had someone else play Jack Reacher, but it was
a special connection.
So, but yeah, the movie's all right. Tom Cruise does it, and I always, the book describes him, I think of him as a big, strong, buff guy.
Tom Cruise isn't good.
And Tom Cruise, nothing wrong with him, he's just a little smaller than I would expect Reacher to be. My next author that I would recommend his series would be David Balducci. He has this Memory Man series. This is, it's not the Memory Man series. I forget I don't know what, I didn't write down the series number. I didn't do good notes. But anyway, this is number 5. And it's following an FBI agent and his different, I guess, exploits. Because if it's true, oh man, I could never be an FBI person because they do so much on so little information, but they're great. But I follow, I guess you would say, big, strong men. But anyway.
Listen, because it says so far, you have a book type for sure. Like, it has like PIs, FBIs, like that type of genre for you.
Yeah, now this is a standalone novel. I always like stories where the person that seems to be beat down comes out the victor, and that's what it's about. A young lady. She was, her mom raised her. Her dad came into her life at the very end of the book, but it's a feel-good story, if you say. So I think that anybody that just wants to hear something about someone that seems like all the odds are against them and they come out good in the end, this is your book.
I've heard about that one, and they made a movie of that
There's
one
a
too.
movie of that. I didn't know there was a book.
I've read the book and done the movie, and both of them are good.
Both are good.
Because a lot of times movies leave so much out, but I did like this one. Okay, my next, this is a standalone book, The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. It's, again, I'm an underdog person. This poor little guy, he started off and they found him wandering in the woods where he basically had been taking care of himself and breaking into houses for food and this and that. But he didn't take so much that it was really fixated upon. So anyway, it talks about how this loner guy, and he grows up and he gets to be one of those computer nerds. He knows everything about stuff like that. And he ends up helping a friend of his who needs his assistance in a missing person story. So anyway, I just went blank. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of books to keep track of.
I know. You're
doing
doing
it all.
great.
Well,
looking
seeing
at it
that
now.
I've been at the library for 13 years now, yes, I read a lot. That's what I do on my off time. J.A. Jance writes tons of books. She has 16 in this particular series, and like I mentioned before, I do not read them in order. But I do love this particular series. This is Allie, I just went blank on her name. Anyway, it's investigative firm, computer slash. And one of her co-workers, one of their friends, looks like he pretty much, I guess they named it, the police named his death a misadventure because he was on a cruise and he ended up overboard, and so of course he drowned. But he had a relative that felt that that was just not true, and so she went to Allie to see if she could get to what it really happened. And it did turn out to be that a serial killer was targeting grown children of families that the parents had, one or more of the parents had committed suicide. So it's one of those serial killer type deals, but I just love action, and everything that I've got here is action packed.
Is it scary at all?
That sounded like it would be scary.
It wasn't scary. I've read a few scary books, but if you're like me, I can tolerate action, but I can't. I want to go to sleep at night, okay? And sleep and not hear every sound that.
Did you hear that? It was a rock. There was a wind blowing. It was a gust of the wind. Oh no!
And then she'll call us. That's what I do too.
So none of these are over the top type mysteries where you're going to be scared to go to sleep at night.
Okay.
This is James Patterson. He has a women's murder series, They have 21 books in this series. Again, I have not read them in order.
Don't ask.
And also, what I would like to tell you is I'm one of those people that read and forget, and if they're a title that I really, really liked, I might remember the title, but don't ask me to explain books, because once I read it and I'm on to the other, I concentrate on the other and I don't remember them. But this murder women's series, it has several different players in it, and they're all really accomplished women that are good at their jobs. We have one person that works for the newspaper, one person that works for the police, one person that works for the coroner's office. It's just a nice combination, and they kind of help each other solve these mysteries. So I do recommend them.
All of these books up here, and you keep having to give your disclaimer, but you've basically chosen all the authors that have multiple books that they've written. Like, they have so many books on our shelves. And you're just like, nope, not me.
So
don't
then
even bother.
you'll convince people to read one and they'll be hooked and can read 20 of them.
I mean,
Yes.
that would
Yes.
take the time.
And like I said, now the only one that I just have been Jack Reacher. Oh my gosh, I've read everything in that series. I mean, I guess you would say I have a crush, but, even though he's not a real person.
But it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes you
yeah.
get so invested in like fictional characters, and you're just like, when it's over, it's like I just had like the worst breakup ever.
Aww, yeah. Sometimes they're better than real people.
Yeah, because they don't hurt you.
You can close the book and walk away. No,
I'm like, I'm done with you. I can't believe you did that. So I'm going to the next chapter.
How come you don't read them in order? Like, do you just...
I actually do pick series where you don't need to read them in
Okay.
order because I just
that reason.
I'm one of those people that I will read a book that kind of has a lot of killing, and then I need something lively, and so I go
okay.
back and forth.
Okay.
So
See, I did that once with a series of reading them out of order, and then never again after that. I was like, my brain couldn't handle jumping back and forth. Like, let's not.
Yeah, I think I would have to read them in order.
well, see, I think the thing that helps me with that is because my memory isn't that great. I can read them out of order, where some people, if you know the storyline from the book before, you know.
But if you don't need to, because the storyline is, it works no matter
Yeah.
what order.
I was going to say all of these do. I mean, Jack Reacher is probably the only one that I just like. I read one and then I was like, I got to go back and start from the beginning because,
Now you need to know the backstory.
Yeah. But there's a couple of his .2 books, like I was saying, some of his smaller ones that kind of go back and tell the story of why he is the way he is and what makes you you.
And I thought the movie was really, really good. So I can only imagine how great those book series are for the Jack Reacher ones.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys don't know, Miss Greta has been a part of our book clubs for the longest time. Were some of these books that were introduced to you through book club, or are they books that you gravitated to by yourself?
All the ones I picked I kind of gravitated to, but we do read some good books. We have in the club every month a person picks a title, and then everybody in the group reads that book, and then we discuss it. And so it's really nice, and it kind of widens your little small area of what your type. And that's why I appreciate it. And like I said, I've been part of it ever since I've been part of the library. I will continue to be part of it. There is a morning, early afternoon book club that meets at 2 on the fourth.
I think it's the fourth Thursday.
The fourth Thursday of the month. The one that I go to, it reads the second Tuesday of the month from 5:30 to 6:30, and they're great. Right now, we do have to do it virtually. So, but
We adapt.
yeah, we adapt, and it is it's great to be part of that. And I like the socialization. I'm a social person.
No.
So, like, I was say. So, if it wasn't for book club, you'd pretty much be reading all nothing but action books.
Probably, because I have my type, like you say.
And we have really good conversation over Zoom still. I think we always have a fun time.
Yes, most definitely. And so if you have the time, go ahead and join one of the book clubs.
Definitely join one.
I mean, we're flexible. If you can't come to this one but can come to the next one, we still want you.
Or if you can't come to either of them, we have a virtual book club, strictly virtual, where we just give you a general theme for the month. And then you can read whatever book falls into that theme, and then you could come and discuss it with us on social media. So if none of those can work for you and you can't come to even a Zoom meeting, we still got a book club for you.
Yeah.
But,
Well, everybody, I just wanted to, this was nice that they wanted me to say goodbye officially, so bye.
but like Miss Megan said, we do have her celebration on Wednesday at 11, so you guys can come on by. You can come through the retirement celebration parade for Miss Greta, and her last day will be, for at the library, will be here that Thursday. So, other than that, that would be our Lit Tuesday for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Bye.
Great. Bye.